So I'll be starting with the advertising agency today. We've already done with the merits and demerits of advertising. Good morning, Muskan.
Good morning, ma'am.
Have you finished writing the answers, Muskan?
Yes, ma'am. Second chapter is over.
Second chapter is over. Great, great. So this week I will be finishing with advertising, and I'll be giving all the questions for advertising along with the worksheet. I'm going to send you on the group. Okay. So last day we finished with the demerits of advertising. On page 26, if you see, there are codes of conduct for advertisers. Can all of you please open once to page number 26? Who's left? Where's Divyata? I can't see.
I'm here.
Oh, she's come. Okay, great.
Good morning.
Good morning. And where are the other ones who all are missing? Zara is there, Divyata. Zara, please.
As ever,
video.
lost in Japan.
Yes, Meet and Krishna, as usual, the two late participants. Okay. So, code of conduct, I'm not going to do too much in details. It's very easy. They are just pointers. You all can just read up in case, like, they ask you write 2 codes of conduct. Like, it's basically rules of advertising that which we need to follow. That advertisement should be designed to confirm the laws of the country. It should not offend anyone. Okay, there should be no kind of morality or indecency. These kind, or looking also great in your school uniforms. Nice. Okay, and religious susceptibilities of people. So basically what kind of conducts we should follow. Okay, no advertisement should be permitted with which decries any race, caste, color, creed. It should not be against any objective principles. Okay, it should not be to incite people to do any kind of crimes. It should not affect friendly relations. Okay.
Kritika ma'am,
Yes,
Meet is not able to join, he said on the WhatsApp group.
he's not able to join. Why? What's the problem?
I don't know, he just said it on the WhatsApp group.
He's not connecting. He was not there in the morning classes.
He was there.
Then? Okay, then I'm going to start with the, okay, I'm not going to now wait for Meet and Krishna. If they are going to be there, fine. Otherwise, I'll be starting with the class. So we are going to start today with what is an advertising agency, meaning and functions. The code of conduct for advertisers, please do read the text properly. Yes, anyone is having any question? Okay. So the code of conduct for advertisers, you all can just read up. Say at least do 4 to 5 points properly. Okay. So that it does not create any difficulty. In case the question comes, you are able to write it. And if still you face difficulty, you can ask me later. Right. Now, what is an advertising agency and why do we need it? Advertising agency is a specialized organization. It provides all advertisement related services for some fees of a commission. Now, whenever a particular firm is getting popular in the market, it is producing very different kinds of goods, it wants to advertise the goods. It might not have all the means to advertise the goods, right? So it may hire an agency who's going to do the advertisement activities for the firm. Such an agency, okay, you can say, you can mark out also the definition here, that advertising agency is a specialized organization that provides all advertisement related services for some fees or commission. When it is operated and owned by the advertiser himself, it becomes an in-house agency. Now the firm has 2 options. Either what it can do, it can admit people from outside. That means it can hire an agency. So I can either hire someone to do the advertisement for me. I can also, as a firm, I can, in my own organization, suppose it's a big firm, the firm can have its own advertising agency who's going to conduct the important activities for the firm itself. So if it's an in-house agency, okay, or if the firm has an inbuilt advertising agency within it, it becomes an in-house agency. Okay, otherwise I'm going to hire someone to do the advertisement activities, to promote the goods, to promote the services for me, and this particular agency will be given a contract and they are going to take some money or fees to advertise the products for the firm. Few firms have their own advertising agency. Many of the firms choose an outside or independent advertising agency. There are hundreds of advertising agencies in the different parts of the country. In Mumbai, Kolkata, Delhi, Chennai, etc. There are several departments in the advertising agency of copy, media, production, research, finance control, public relations. So this advertisement agency itself is a very, very big department. It is divided with different several functions which the advertising agency is going to perform. The first function we are talking about is the planning function. Okay. What's happened to my mouse? It stopped working. Okay. So the first function I'm going to talk about is the planning function. The advertisement agency plans the advertisement campaign. A client firm delegates the responsibility of the advertising, planning and execution of the agency. So first stage we are talking about is which one? Is the planning stage. So in the planning stage, what are we going to do? Suppose let's say we have got, say Divyata is a business firm, okay? And Muskan is an advertising agency. Now Divyata has given the contract to Muskan. Now what is Muskan going to do? She needs to have first full research about the product, about the what Divyata is selling before she's going to get into the advertisement stage. So first stage becomes the planning stage. So what information will Muskan want from Divyata? Muskan will want different kinds of informations, like the client firm, that is Divyata will delegate the responsibility of the planning to Muskan. Okay. She is going to get a fair knowledge of the firm's products, what is the history, the knowledge of what the firm is going to distribute, the price level, the conditions, what are the innovative uses of the product. All planning research Muskan has to do before she starts with the advertising process. So first stage of the advertising agency is planning. Now once full information is available, research is done properly, then comes stage number 2. Stage number 2 is creation and execution. What happens in this particular stage? Specific advertisements are created and the advertisement copy is written. When you see those slogans written of the advertisement, or what the television is going to read out, or what the newspaper, the big captions that are written on the billboards, on the hoardings, that whole advertisement copy is prepared. Now this copy needs to be very attractive with designs, pictures, colors, okay, photographs. They have to be finalized. And a correct mechanical form needs to be done before you select what kind of media you're going to choose. So stage number 2 comes the stage of creation and execution. So first I got the information, I planned it, I researched it, then I converted it into an advertisement copy in the form of pictures, photographs, slogans, etc. Now comes stage number 3. Stage number 3 is coordination. Who needs to coordinate here? The advertisement agency coordinates several kinds of activities. It offers work with the client's sales force, the distribution network, to ensure the long-run success of the advertisement program. Here, there is a combined efforts of the different departments in the advertisement agency. Which are the different departments? Like the salespeople, the distributors, the retailers. Everyone has to work in unison with each other. Ideas, media, copy, decisions, everything needs to be coordinated. I have a beautiful idea. Someone is making the copy. Someone is doing the designing work. Someone is doing the media writing. If all this is not properly coordinated, then the advertisement come out will not be successful. So coordination is a very important function of the ad agency. I hope the first three functions are being clear to all.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is planning clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Creation, execution,
Yes.
and then coordination. Okay, great. Then we come to the fourth important function. Krishna, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. The fourth important function we are talking about is accounting. Why you think accounting is important in the advertisement department? What will
To know
accounting
the
do there?
profit and the losses the firm is incurring.
Okay, but how is advertisement calculating the profits of the firm?
Ma'am, you can keep track of the money that you spent.
Okay, and this money is being spent between whom and who? Who are the two parties involved here?
Buyer and seller.
No, I spoke to you in the beginning that I have an advertising agency and the client firm. The
The
firm,
advertiser and the client.
yes. So one is the advertisement agency. The second is the client firm who's giving the business. As I told you in the beginning, if Divyata is the client firm, she is giving business to Muskan, and Muskan is becoming here the advertisement agency who's taking up the order for Divyata. So there has to be a clear payment between the two parties, right? So accounting department will see that the advertisement agency is getting proper funds and money from time to time from the client firm, right? So the advertisement agency maintains proper accounts in cooperation with the client. It also decides, the account executives see to it that the agency keeps the stated plan. See, when I'm going to make the planning, am I not going to give a budget to the client firm? Client firm will also have a budget of the advertisement, isn't it? It will, or the client firm will say that you can spend as much money you want. Right? It cannot be so. The whole advertisement designing, planning needs to be done in a proper format. It has to follow a certain cost effect, and that cost needs to be taken care of by the accounts department. Moreover, any discrepancy should not be there between the client firm and the ad agency. So accountant is in charge of the administration of the advertising program. A misunderstanding arises between the agency and the client that can be eliminated by the accountant. Suppose Muskan tells Divyata that you have not paid me this installment from time to time. So Divyata says, I am not going to get into it. I have done my bit. Ask your accountant. So here the accounting work comes into force. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then comes the next stage. The next important stage is media planning. Media, through which media am I going to advertise? Do I feel television is a suitable media for my product, or no, I should give the advertisement in the newspaper? Should I do it through radio? Should I do it through internet? Which is the choice of media? That is very important now. Okay, the advertisement agency selects the media or a set of suitable media. Sometimes if it's a very rich firm, or if the product is very high enterprising product in the market, they may use more than one source of media. They may use 2, 3, 4 sources of media. Okay, for the client to reach the right type of our audience, as I said, here marketing, advertisement, everything relates to the target market, to the target audience. So you have to be able to clearly select the correct type of target audience. The rate, circulation, population, how much will the audience be willing to pay, the income of the person. All these are very, very important activities of media. It has to see that if the media plan is carried out properly, which is devised to implement the campaign's communicated objects. The media experts know about the media, the coverage, the cost needed, how they are going to reach out to the people, what kind of circulation is needed, how much would be put on publication, the data that needs to be put on printing, how they can reach out to people through TV, audio, etc. All will be decided in which stage? In the stage of media planning. Then comes the decision of research. Research is a key important function of advertisement campaign. The decisions on creativity, media selection are taken on the findings uncovered for research. So when we are done in the planning stage, where did we falter, or what was not covered, or what was left out? That can be taken care of in the research stage. Research makes the designs very systematic, logical, based on facts and figures. That comes your research stage. Last but not the least, the last stage is the internal control. The advertisement agency manages now. Internal control means what? The agency itself is a firm. It's an organization. It has a lot of people working in it, like employees. What are the resources involved? What are the finances? Everything has to be conducted economically. You have to do, as I said, utilization, maximum utilization of resources need to be done to get the maximum output. It conducts the business behind the scenes. It exercises proper control over all the activities and funds. Remember, advertisement department will also take care of PR, that is public relation, how you're promoting the product through lots of sales promotional factors. As I said, giving coupons, giving different techniques of sales promotion need to be used, giving buy one get one offers, dealer premiums, demonstrations, shows. Lots of methods are adopted here so that advertisement can be done in an effective manner. And this is how the whole process of the agency works. Tell me, any part not clear? Anything to ask here?
No, ma'am.
Clear? Krishna, can you start and explain what is an advertising agency?
Advertising agency is a specified organization which provides all advertising related services for some fee or commission.
Correct. For some fee or commission. Okay. Apart from that, that it is providing fees for some, it is providing fees or commission. Does it have to be an in-house agency, or will you always hire an agency from outside? Abhi?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm asking what kind of agencies we have. What is an in-house agency and what is an outside agency?
Ma'am, can I tell?
Okay, Divyata, try.
Our in-house agency is an agency which is controlled by its own.
Controlled by who? Controlled
by the people inside the agency or the firm.
So basically, if the firm or the organization has its own agency, then it is called an in-house agency. If the client firm hires an agency from outside, then it's not an in-house agency. And you have to pay, obviously, fees or commission for it. Okay. Muskan, what is the first stage in the advertising agency? The first important function?
Ma'am, just a minute.
You don't know. That means you're not in the class. You're not listening when I'm explaining.
Ma'am,
Yes, Avni.
I'm planning.
First stage is planning. Excellent. Second stage, who's going to tell me? Come on.
Creation and execution.
Very good, Divyata. Third stage, Zara, what is it?
Ma'am, idol.
Okay, Muskan.
Coordination.
Coordination of who? Who needs to coordinate in the
Ma'am, the advertisers.
Only advertisers? Who all need to be in coordination with each other?
All the working force.
All the sales force, the working force, all the people involved in the organization, the different departments. As I said, one is writing the advertisement copy, one is making the pictures, one is doing the designing work. So everyone needs to work in coordination with each other. Which is the fourth important department?
Accounting.
Accounting department. Krishna, which is the fifth department? Media planning. Okay. Which is the next one?
Research.
Research. And last but not the least?
Internal control.
So this generally comes as a long question. What is an advertising agency? And explain the functions of the advertising agency. So you should be able to understand and write that what is the advertising agency and what are the important functions. Clear? Okay. Let's go to the next part then. Social advertisement media or social advertising media. This comes as a short note, okay, that how you explain a social advertising media. Social advertising either refers to advertising about socially relevant issues or use social relationship networks to promote a product, service, and reach out to the target audience. Basically, remember, social advertising, advertisement done for the society to promote something good, a social message. When we do an advertising for social issues, then it is called social advertising media. Okay, and this kind of media can be done through many ways, not only through internet, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google, etc., but we can also do through print, that is through newspapers, through radio, through television, through films, through outdoor advertising. Many medias are conducting in social advertising today. Now, what is social advertising? Social advertisement relates to social issues on social relationship networks. This year, the advertisement campaigns are creating something of public interest. The basic idea is to create awareness on many issues and also to make a difference. How are you going to make awareness? Like the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan by the Prime Minister. Even other social campaigns are there, like World Blood Donation Day or Beti Bachao Abhiyan, like many kinds of social advertisements on social issues we are working on today. On rights of women, you have lots of awareness programs on that. Social ad campaigns strive to educate people about their lifestyles. We should, prohibit smoking. And when whereas social advertisement in the later context also refers to giving social information on lots of social networks, on positive messages. Advertisement today in different kinds of social platforms like Facebook or on Instagram, on Skype, on Twitter, YouTube, you have lots of social messages which are coming today. Like because of the coronavirus, there's a lot of social awareness programs of how to prevent it, what kind of masks should be people use, or what methods of hygiene people use. Lots of social messages are circulating today. Even the positive and astrological effects in the atmosphere, what we are following, the different kinds of methods which the PM told us to do. Like yesterday, I'm sure at 9 o'clock, many of you all must have lighted the diyas, right? So these are nothing but social messages. This is what social advertising relates to. Working out on social issues and social aspects, giving messages through different types of media. Okay. Businesses are also using today social media to identify and persuade and influence customers to spread positive messages about their products and services. Social networking can spread rapidly because you can reach out to a very wide population. In fact, world's population can be reached out through the social advertising media. Lots of campaigns are also conducted through this method. Anything to ask?
No, ma'am.
Easy or difficult?
Very easy.
Very easy. So can you explain it in a nutshell? What is social advertising media? If a short note comes, how you all are going to write it?
Social advertising media basically is for spreading awareness to the people.
Okay. Spreading awareness to the people. How?
On
About certain measures and laws taken by the government.
Okay. And through social
we
messages.
can even spread information about our business, what we are doing.
Okay, about different products and services, and reach the target audience. And when you have written about the note, you should also give examples of the different medias. Don't only use internet. Internet is one of the methods of social media. Most of you have a habit, social media means internet, Facebook, Twitter, and this. No. Apart from that, you should also speak about that this kind of advertisement can also be done through newspapers, radio, television, etc. Okay, please write that part. Clear? Okay, so let's go to the next slide then. So the next important topic of this chapter is sales promotion. Okay, so till here, I think it's clear what is an advertisement agency, what are the functions, what is social advertisement, social advertising media. Now I'm going to go to meaning of sales promotion. Slideshow. Meaning of sales promotion. Now, how is sales promotion different from the other promotional activities? The first element was advertising. Then we learned about publicity. Now the third one we are speaking about is sales promotion. Sales promotion refers to those activities other than personal selling, advertising, and publicity that stimulate consumer purchasing and dealer effectiveness, like display shows, exhibitions, demonstrations, and other non recurring selling efforts not in the ordinary course of routine. So many activities of marketing are there. Personal selling is door to door selling. Advertising, we've already learned. Public relations and publicity, I spoke about. Now
Yeah.
comes sales promotion. Okay. Here, the objective is to increase the sales, inform the potential customer about new products, and create a positive business or corporate image. Many times, what happens? We have a large stock of goods which are being unsold, or they have been lying in the lying for some time. So a lot of promotional activities are done, like buy one get one free. This is a sales promotion activity. If you buy this, you will get a coupon for something. Okay, say if you buy oil, you'll get a coupon to also buy ghee with it. Some demonstrations are there. Okay, some shows are there, certain exhibitions are there, like how this particular product is working, or what are the new uses of the product. Some dealer campaigns are there, some shows taking place, and many other techniques of sales promotion are done. Okay, half price, 50% off, all this is nothing but offers of sales promotion. This is basically divided into two categories: consumer sales promotion and dealer sales promotion. Okay, so what is sales promotion is being clear, or should I get into a little more details of it before we go to the next part?
No.
Okay. What do you understand by it is non-recurring and non-routine method? What is the meaning of non-recurring and non-routine method? Anyone? If you look here in the slide, it says it is non-recurrent selling efforts not in the ordinary course of routine. Means what?
Yes.
What does that line mean?
Change in routine.
Change in routine, something different. And when you go to a Reliance store, or when you go to any store, do you get same offer every time you go?
No.
The offers keep changing, isn't it? Sometimes
But
you have
there
free
are some
samples.
seasonal sales.
Seasonal sales are there. If some new product comes out, they give you certain free samples. I remember there was one time when they said collect the Maggie packets and you will get some prize in return. So
Yeah.
like that, different kinds of promotional efforts and keep happening on the part of the firm. So they are non-recurrent. They are not that they come on day-to-day basis. In the ordinary course of routine means it's not on the same. If every time I'll give the same offer, people will get bored of it. People also want new offers coming up. They want new provisions, new selling techniques. That is what sales promotion does to increase the sales volume. The ultimate aim of sales promotion is to increase the sales and profits of the firm. Okay, it is different from advertisement and personal selling in approach and techniques. Personal selling involves nothing but face-to-face contact with the individual. Right? When I go to a person's house, like say a Eureka Forbes person comes and shows you the demonstration of it. That is personal selling. But advertisement is directed to a large number of customers at the same time. Okay. Then it also says sales promotion serves as a link between the two by focusing selling efforts, okay, which are selected on small groups of people. Sales promotion generally involves non-recurring efforts of which are not in the routine nature, of non-routine nature, not in the ordinary course of routine. In contrast, routine and recurring nature is generally of advertisement and personal selling. If you look at advertising, it's very routine. The same kinds keep coming, isn't it? You have like Dettol, series of Dettol advertisements coming on TV, or the same advertisements are being printed on newspaper. So advertisement is very routine in culture. Okay, but sales promotion is very non-routine. Another important part here is advertisement and personal selling are essential or basic ingredients of promotion. While sales promotion is a supporting or a facilitating element. See, first a person will always try to advertise the good. Okay. Once advertisement is done, after advertisement, the second part is personal selling. And then supportive methods are given in the form of sales promotion. Clear? Okay. Consumer sales promotion and dealer sales promotion. Okay. We will come to this part a little later. Okay, I'll just give you a little effect of it before we go to it because I wanted to do the differences first today. Consumer sales promotion includes activities designed to inform and educate the customers. So you can increase the demand for the product. Some important examples are sample, demonstration, gift coupon, premium, price offers, fashion shows, bonus stamps, etc. Even contests and exhibition come sales. Dealer sales promotion is generally done to help the dealers to improve dealer effectiveness. Dealer is the person from whom you are buying the goods. Okay, like there will be free display materials in his showroom. Okay, or free window display services. He may give free demonstrations or trials. He may organize a trade show. There may be dealer conferences, house organs, training of dealer sales force, advertising displays, etc. So consumers sales program is generally related to inform the customers and educate them. Dealer sales program is generally done to influence the dealers, to help the dealers to increase the sales volume of goods. Sales promotional activities help to achieve the following objectives. Okay. Number one is to introduce new products in the market. Okay, it helps to introduce lots of new products in the market. It helps to attract customers and stimulate demand for the product. It increases the sales during slack period. What is the meaning of slack period? And thereby clears all stock on immediate basis. How do you think sales promotion can increase sales during slack period? What is slack period? Anyone? What is a slack period, class? Okay. Slack period. Yes, try Muskan. I don't mind if it's wrong. Just try.
Period means bad time.
Slack period means, yes, you can say that the sales are low during that period, or people are not buying too many goods. Now, to increase the sales, what we will do? We will use some sales promotional activities. Say certain good is there for an old stock is kept for a very long time. You want to clear it. Certain good sales offers you're going to announce, because of which these goods can easily be cleared on immediate basis. It's also to encourage dealers to carry large stocks. Please please mute yourselves. Okay. To improve the public image of the firm and to counter sales promotion campaigns of competitors. Even many times if there's too much of competition in the market, to overcome that competition, you can counter sales promotional offers. Now we come to the point of distinction between sales promotion and advertising. This table is again very important. One such table we did when we did advertisement and publicity. If you remember, that was in the initial part of the chapter. Now the second point of difference we are going to do is sales promotion and advertising. Okay. So let's start with that. First one, marketing activities that stimulate consumer buying and dealer effectiveness. Okay. So here the main activity is related to what? That consumer will buy and dealer will become more effective in his nature. Advertisement on the other hand is a paid form of impersonal presentation. We know that there's no face-to-face contact and it is obviously an identified sponsor is needed. This is for slack periods to achieve short-term goals. Advertisement is a long-term perspective. Okay. Sales promotion increases the immediate sales. Advertisement builds the image of the producer and his product. Sales promotion is more narrow. You can do it through free sample, coupon, premium, displays, etc. Advertisement is very wide. It is done through newspapers, magazines, TV, radio, posters, film, and other advertisement media. Regularity. This is very limited and it is non-recurring. Okay, sales promotion. As I said, it is not on routine basis. But advertisement is on a regular basis and it's more routine and recurring in nature. Last but not the least, then the last pointer is emphasis. It supplements to advertising and personal selling and it pushes the product towards the buyer. As I said, certain products, they are lying in the stock. They are not being sold. But suddenly an offer came, as I said, like buy one, get one free. Or you're getting an extra quantity of 50% if you buy something. Or some coupon offer has come. Then what will happen? You're pushing the buyer. You're pushing the product towards the buyer. You're asking the buyer to buy it. But here you're persuading, informing, and reminding the customers towards the product through attractive measures. Okay? And of course, through advertisements. Tell me any difficulty here?
No, ma'am.
Clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm not going to continue anymore. We'll be ending the lesson today. Just we will do a recap of the things we have covered till here. Okay. So we will have the consumer sales program, dealer sales program, and techniques of sales promotion, which we will be completing in the next class. So one by one, can you just quickly answer? Okay. Give me one difference. First difference between sales promotion and advertising. Who will start? Come on. Okay, Muskan. Start.
Time horizon.
Okay.
In sales promotion, short-term perspective, and in advertising, long-term perspective.
Ma'am, aim
Okay.
to increase immediate sales for sales promotion, and on the other hand, advertising to build image of the product and the producer.
Excellent. Next.
And regularity, limited period, non-recurring, regular and recurring.
What is the meaning of recurring, Agni?
Ma'am, going on and on
Going
again.
on and on. Zara?
Ma'am,
Okay, Krishna?
meaning market sales promotion activities which deal with a buyer and the dealer, and advertising is any paid form of imperial presentation and promotion of a product.
Okay. By an identified sponsor. Don't forget that line. Okay. And what about the last one? Who's going to say? Zara, you are left. Emphasis.
Ma'am, there are two left.
Time horizon.
Time horizon is told. Scope is also left. So Zara, you can say any one of them. Come on.
Ma'am, scope sales promotion is narrow and advertising is wide.
Okay. Why narrow? What is the reason for being narrow?
Ma'am, because they have free samples and coupons.
Yes. And here you're doing it, you're trying to reach out to a large audience through newspapers, magazines, TV, and etc. So I hope the lesson is clear today. No problem.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So tomorrow we'll be completing advertisement and I'll be giving the questions and you will be continuing with the worksheets. Thank you, children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.